up, everybody, man? Welcome back to another video with D.O.G. Highlight with Richard Campbell. Man, I got a special guest today, man, here at East Sports Fitness here in Memphis, Tennessee. My guy Anthony here, man. He's a personal trainer here, man, East Sporter. Been here for, how long you been here?
5 months.
5 months, man. He just started. I'm gonna give you a little background how I met him. So it's crazy. I come here a lot, just started back working out lately. So one day I was just working out and he was like, yo, you everything good? So that's how most person trying to hear. They kind of making sure everybody's good and everything. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. So kind of get, we had a little conversation. But, that day it kind of like gave me just ideas like, man, you know what? How about, man, just like I told him, man, you need to have a story, bro, because your motivation to be a trainer is kind of gave me a way of just, get better. For me, just like when my overall fitness goes. So, man, today, bro, thank you for having me, man.
No, thank you for having me, man.
Hey, man, good having you on the show, man.
So
tell everybody, man, just a little background about yourself. Just let everybody know where you from, bro.
Bet. So I'm originally from Greenwood, Mississippi, man. Like small town. Shout out to the Delta.
Okay, man, Greenwood. Okay, man. That's
I'm from Greenwood, man. But I lived my whole life in Memphis. I've been in Memphis since I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
So I've been here, but also I've been back and forth to my hometown, of course. My family got some businesses down there, so we've been making sure everything's straight with it.
Right.
But how I really just ended up in this predicament right here last year, I wasn't even in the fitness industry I am now. Last year I was in a warehouse working at a warehouse called here in Detroit.
Okay.
Out of South Haven. So, I was just in there working, just stacking up bread, and I finally was able to, start doing the stuff I love the most.
Right.
And it was working out. So starting 2022, I started the year off with 210.
Right.
I ended the year off at 160, and right now, it's just a competitiveness with myself.
Right.
Of why I'm so much in it. But when people ask me like what really made you come from how you was, people don't understand I was 250 pounds,
right.
man. I lost 100 pounds in 3 months. And I know a lot of people gonna hear that and be like, oh, 3 months, this impossible. No, it's possible. I locked in with myself. I felt that I had sleep apnea. Basically, being able to breathe and having that feel, waking up, gasping for air. This something that you don't want to feel. This something that you don't never just want to really just have your body in that predicament.
Right.
So I just started working out, and it wasn't like right at that moment when I found that I had sleep apnea. Of course not.
Right.
It was like a year probably down the line after me waking up with migraines after migraines, and I finally just had the aspiration to just start working out. When I had the aspiration to start working out, it was just so easy for me to get in the groove of everything I was doing, even though I was in pain and crying and of course I'm gonna say I cried. It was nice. I was crying because I was in pain, so much pain. But I knew everything I was doing to myself was for the betterment of myself.
Right.
So 3 months ended up hitting with not even 3 months later. It was a month. I'm like, oh, I'm picking up my pants falling off my body. I'm like, okay, I'm finding progress, and it just made me keep going, keep stacking. And the people I had around me during that time, they just showed me a different outlet to express myself and not just keep it all self-centered in and hide who I really was. That's why it make me so much better in this environment, because I'm who I want to be.
Right.
It's nothing here that's stopping me from who I want to be. I get loud. I'm a loud, energetic person. I love lifting weights. I love calisthenics. I love a lot of things about the fitness world. But also, I love myself enough to actually care about myself, to actually, just put my head down and just work.
Yeah.
That's really what fitness is. Fitness is about self-love and just putting your head down and working. And I don't think people understand the basic concept.
Right.
They can't put a lot of the things that they used to down.
Man, that's kind of like, man, the basic thing, like you just said. Man, just go back towards like the beginning, since you said you started off, man, just wanting to get better with yourself, man. It's good. You told me that day, man, when you told me you had that same problem. I actually got narcolepsy myself.
Yeah, I remember when you started speaking.
Yeah, so man, that right there kind of just gave me like, man, this dude got the same thing I got. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, that right there that told me like, man, you know what? This something, man. Like you can never know when you meet somebody who you never, come up against, man. Just have something kind of relate to you.
Most
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying? So it was like, that was good. So tell us, bro, like the background when you first came up. You from Greenwood, man. It's a small town, man. Hey,
real small
hey,
town.
hey, I'm
man.
from Winona, bro.
Yeah, you
so
right
it's like
down the
25
road.
minutes.
You right down the
Yeah,
road.
so
Shoot, I tell you what, Nona come back in this way sometimes.
Yeah.
Just depending on how I'm feeling. But man, I ain't gonna lie. If you really want a family origin home bring you come from the Delta part
Right.
of the town. Like that's all you know in Mississippi. It's
Man,
family.
for
It's
real.
family. Like
For
family.
man.
Cookouts, family. Your uncles and cousins, auntie acting crazy when they get drunk. So it was the
Yeah, that's part of
This is part of
that's
the
part of the
Mississippi
country, man.
lifestyle,
That's
man.
part of the country lifestyle,
But
man.
I can't say some stuff that I regret from that. Like
Right.
I feel like that's what made me being the man I am at this moment, at this time. Like it took Greenwood to form a piece of me. Even
For
though
real.
Memphis been a part of me for so long, Greenwood is always home.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
always, man.
The
Yeah.
Delta is where I first laid my head when I get into the world. So this where
That's
it's
what it
gonna
always be
continue
at, for
to be,
real.
yeah.
That's the same thing with me. Shout out to the wine, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we call it one on.
Yeah.
We call it the wine. So
Man, I already know
yeah,
it.
so it's like my people there, man. They very just they laid back. You know what I'm saying? So how I kind of just got myself in a position to just want to find something better. I want always to give back to the community because I felt like growing up we didn't have a lot of people come to where we come from. You know what I'm saying? So it was like my motivation was just seeing people, man, they ain't really make it. So I was like, one day I want to do the same. I want to be able to give the young generation the opportunity, the spotlight, give them a shine. Because if we had somebody to come in our hometown, man, we would be better. It's just like, man, it's always for the better, man. So like when you growing up, like, did you play in the sports though?
Man, football.
Football?
I played football. I ran. I did track and field. Wrestling, of course.
Okay,
I did wrestling for a year, but one thing I can say, I do wish I would have did wrestling all 4 years of my high school career. Now that's something I do wish.
So did anything that kind of just stop you from doing it, or was it like you just didn't feel that the energy level going to it every day,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought wrestling was a sport for people, that didn't really like women at the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I had a thing with being on the ground and you gotta
Right.
put a person in this type of position to
Yeah.
make them like give up.
Right.
That wasn't my type of forte.
Right.
I was the type of person that I'm gonna put my helmet and shoulder pads on,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna run through you,
Right.
and I'm gonna get up.
Oh, it's
until
a
you come
grown
back.
man.
Yeah,
It's a grown man.
I was always
It's in the trenches.
I was always in a grown man sport.
Yeah.
I started off when I was 250, and I started off in O-line, and then
Yeah.
as time progressed, like in my career in the backfield, it was matchups where I wish I can go back and be like, yeah, but then again, I'd be like, them was key moments that taught me right now. Them
Right.
key moments that got me in a position, to be the PTD,
Right.
like to be a whole director of personal training. So it didn't really, it just took me to a whole different accord from everything I done encountered in my life to this up in this point into now.
Right.
So Mississippi always done been there. So I can't never complain on my city and say, oh, my city didn't do this.
Yeah.
But even though I do wish people from my city get recognized a lot.
Man.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of talent down
Man,
there.
for
Football,
real, man.
basketball.
It's always a lot of talent.
In the music industry, it go just further than that. In the fitness industry down there, there's plenty of people down there, and they don't get noticed just because you know, they are so condemned in a small vicinity.
Right.
If they was in a larger vicinity, such as Memphis or Atlanta, places like that, I think they'll be more, you know, promoted in the way how I'm promoted here.
Right.
But you know, it's all cool.
It's
cool.
all-
We just make our own way coming up.
Yeah,
out
man.
of a place like
It's always a process, man.
Yeah, for real.
Always a process to just, man, to get better. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't always just say like, man, I wish we was in this position. What would we
No,
do?
for real.
You know, you got to figure out what can we do to make us
make this situation better.
Be better. So it's like I always felt like that. You know, that's why, man. When I was in college, I always say, man, you know, I always want to give back. That's feel like that's the most common, like my calling, bro. Is like helping people. You know, because we all got to find out like our gift. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe, you know, you don't really know your gift until you really get older. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's how people really did find their gift. I kind of found mine really kind of a little early, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the people I meet, man. It's just the way I just was brought up, man. I was brought up to really care for people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But then they go all the way back to that Delta love I'm
Yeah.
telling you about, man. Like, I think this the gent, like, and I'm gonna go off a little topic with these two.
You're
though.
good,
I'm gonna
you're
go off a
good,
little
man,
topic
you're
with these
good.
two, though, because this pertain with everything, like, in life. Like, with people from the Delta, we look at people different. We look at everything in a different nature.
Right.
So I get exactly what you're saying. I was brought up to show love and to be loved and to want to give somebody else my love. And you know, things that, you know, you gotta it's a whole process behind it. And then I'm that type of person I always wanted to give when I got older. And when I do accomplish these goals I got, well, not even goals, objectives I got on my list, because they not goals. I don't want to put the stuff in a goal category. I want to put it on the objective list. So I have some objectives that I got to accomplish in the next, you know, amount of time.
Right.
But you know, whenever it happens, it's gonna happen. But I got a time period where I want it to happen, but I'm not even forcing it.
Right.
It's gonna happen when it's happening. And you know, when it do happen and it do pop in, everybody get the knowing who I am and what I do and the way I do and the way I approach things. I don't want them to be acting like I'm being Hollywood. I want them to understand that I'm doing this for the city. I'm doing this for the culture. I'm doing this for the times where I didn't go to sleep with food in me. So I want to make sure the next generation have a meal to go to sleep to. So I want it to be all put together. So it's just how it is, and you know, it's gonna happen in due time.
Yeah.
I wish a lot of other people understand their vision and take it on too.
So what was when you was in high school? So when was like, I mean, you say you played football. So that time when you was in high school playing football, did you have like a fear, like, man, you know, I might not be able to make it, bro? Because you said you had that time when you couldn't really sleep. You know what I'm saying? You had breathing problems. Like, did it really like did it kind of trigger you early, bro? Like, till you finally realize, like, I gotta change, bro. Cause it's hard when you.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
But it just made me think, cause it made me go into a deep thought. It ain't never just you know make me say nothing. You know, it was just. I think one day I was rushed to the hospital.
Yeah.
And that day just changed everything for me, because that day I was rushed to the hospital. I had to have emergency surgery. So I had to have emergency surgery so they can open up airways into my body. So they had to cut my throat, they had to cut in my mouth.
Wow.
You know, they had to do a lot of oral type of surgeries.
Yeah.
Just so I can be able to, you know, still be here today.
Yeah.
And I think I shout out to them doctors at LeBron for doing it. I really appreciate
Shout out to them, man. For real.
Shout out to them for real. So, you know, even though my surgery ended up getting pushed back during that time, because when I was going into surgery, some people came in fresh out of accidents from young little kids, and they was like, "You need your can we push your surgery back a couple hours?" Due to the fact some kids just came in from Christ, and I'm like, yeah, go say that, like.
Man, dog, hey, dog, that's a blessing, bro.
So I just
real.
wanted to make sure that they was straight.
Yeah.
Because either way it go, I got God on my side.
Right.
You know, I'm
for real,
protected
man.
by the Most High.
That's real love, bro.
So me being protected by the Most High, I knew it was the best thing.
Yeah.
To be able to say to somebody else like versus my own life, because
Right.
we get one on, and I'm rocking mines out.
Right.
Regardless of the situation, broke, poor, anything, money don't define who I am.
Right.
Fame don't define who I am. Notoriety don't define who I am. Me being myself, me coming here and helping the people out, our people, everybody out is what I want to do. That's my calling. This how it's gonna go, and this just the key things that I just rock by.
Right.
And working out is something that has been an outlet for me. And I just want other people in the world to understand working out can be an outlet to you,
Right.
not just me. Don't just look at your body and be in disgust, or don't just look at your body and be like, oh, I'm finna go get this fixed up. No, go to the gym, go put that work in.
Yeah, put that
You
work in.
gonna find the love for it eventually. It's not gonna hit right in that key moment, but
Right.
as you keep going, you gonna find the love, and once you find the love, it's so groovy. I kid you not,
Man.
it's so groovy.
Man, I bet it is, bro, because you just said you lost 100 pounds in 3 months. Man, for people that listen to this, don't think this just took overnight, man. Like, it might sound crazy how that man did it, but when he told me this, it was like, you couldn't do this in 3 months, bro. It take people 2 years, bro.
Nah, for real.
It take people 2 years.
And it do take people 2 years. And, you know, so I come from a background of heavy-set people.
Gotcha.
So, you know, me and Big was destined for me to be.
Man,
it was destined.
Same category, man.
It was
same
destined.
category.
Of course, I'm from the Delta, for all
Right.
say. Everybody in the Delta are heavy-set people. I'm just being honest.
Man,
Because
for real.
you got the soul food, the watermelon, Kool-Aid, cornbread.
Man, you got you got the fish, man.
You got all that.
Fried chicken.
You gonna have a cookout every weekend.
Oh yeah, for real.
And you know, so I come from that type of background, so I had to isolate my mind.
Right.
I had to isolate myself. I was in a household where my family cooked pork chops and beef, hamburgers and stuff like that all the time. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. I'm not saying I'm vegan or vegetarian, but I'm more vegetarian than a full-on eat meat person. Like, I eat chicken here and there, but I'm not gobbling my face down with pork and all that every day. That's not what I do. That's not who I am. So it's just everything. It was a hard. It was just not a go-to shift. It was a hard shift because I had to shift myself from doing it this way, to doing it this way,
right,
and going from here to here. Hard. It's hard putting down a bag of hot fries.
It is hard.
It's hard putting down. It's hard putting down all the things that you really love.
Right.
But when you really love yourself more than everything else, you're gonna choose yourself in the end. And I chose myself.
Right.
And I'll choose myself.
You gotta
again,
choose yourself.
And I'll choose myself again.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand when you can admit that you will choose yourself again. That's the most dangerous thing you can do in the world.
When you powerful like that, that's when people don't. It's harder for them to touch you, bro. Because now they realize, people might think when you get out, when they see you 5-10 years from out of high school, be like, man, you lost a little weight. Oh man, you don't go look big, cause that's most when people do. They'll think like, you're a fully grown man now. You wasn't the guy that we saw in high school. We saw growing up. So man, like when you kind of just got yourself in position, to now where you at, what's kind of the most accomplishing goal that you set when you set at the beginning, like when you that first day, you say I'm gonna cut out everything out, no more fast food, everything else.
It was no one day.
Yeah.
It was how long? But then again, it was no one day, but it was a one day type thing.
Right.
So I was already, escalating myself to get to the point to start laying out for it. And then it was just a day. This is what happened actually.
Okay.
This is what happened
Okay.
because I remember it's coming back to me.
Okay.
I was actually on the track.
Gotcha.
I was running around the track, and out of nowhere, I'm feeling lightheaded. I'm feeling lightheaded. Now, this is when it actually clicked in me to start losing weight for real. So I'm on the track. It's like 107 outside, 106. It's 106, 107. It's a hot day in Memphis.
You're right.
And I'm just running around the track, and out of nowhere, I just couldn't breathe no more.
Oh, damn.
So I'm like, all right, what's going on? Get my wind back. All right, call my people. I'm like, all right, come on, get me ready to go. Boom, I get to the house. I remember, I laid on the floor, and it was over. I ain't get up until like hours later. Get up. I mean, everything that I had in me just came up. Everything. So from that point, I was like, I won't eat that again. I won't touch that again. I most definitely won't touch that again. So it was just a cancellation from that point forward. And from that point forward, it's like I could never backtrack to that. Like the only thing that I was able to backtrack to was chicken. I could never backtrack to the pork. I could never backtrack to the beef. I could never backtrack, to any of the things that really made me feel nauseous and bad. Like
I done felt that before too, bro. Like I remember, I can go back probably last year.
mm-hmm.
I was feeling. One day I was just at work, and most people that know me, they're like, bro, something ain't right. I'm like, I told one of my co-workers, I said, man, I feel like my arm kind of like feeling a little funny. They were like, what you mean? They were like, it's kind of feeling funny. I don't know. It's like it's shaking or something. They're like, bro, you need to go to the hospital. You might got like a little, what's they call it? Not a heart attack. It's a stroke. Yeah. I said, you might got a mid stroke. I was like, nah, I ain't got no stroke. So immediately I went to the hospital, and fortunately the doctor said, do you work out? I said, so every now and then she's like, well, you need to work out because your body weight and your level of health is not where you need to be at. I said, dang. I said, well, you right, because I've been trying to get myself together. But then again, when she told me that, it got back to my mind. My family is all diabetic. So it's like my mom was a diabetic, man, my grandma's a diabetic, on my dad's side, everybody's a diabetic. So I was like, I don't want to be in that category or be in that position that I don't have to fight for my life. You know what I'm saying? So that day kind of just showed me, man, I gotta get right, because I'm only getting older. So I'm only getting older. It might sound cliche that, man, you don't like you look. Nah, bro. This stuff's kind of just falling through the family, man. It's like it just travels. You never know when this might happen to you. So when you young, man, to all the young people, when you young, man, go for it, man. Go for your health early, because you don't never know when you in your mid-20s and going in your 30s and you in your 40s, man, you don't never know what happened to you. You don't know what's going on. Not saying that you might not have that problem early, but I always want to kind of just get yourself together early, because, man, it's really hard out here. To see my granddad pass away 2 years later, it just kind of just got my mind thinking, like, what is I'm going to do to impact my family, impact other families, other kids' life? I got to figure out something. And that's the reason why, man, I love just talking to other people about their journey. Hearing your journey kind of just gave me, that's inspirational, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really think nobody that I met that's your age or even older had this type of story. So allowing you tell your story, bro, it's gonna give other people, a vision gonna get them
Most
a,
definitely.
gonna
Most
get them
definitely.
a better way of thinking about life because 2 times, bro, you could have been out of here.
No, most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Most definitely.
God blessing you, bro.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
And then all again, I had gained some of that weight back
Right.
just to re-losing and show people how easy it is to lose it.
Man,
So
yeah.
so it's not that it's a fluke. No, it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. I'm dedicated to myself.
Yeah.
I'm dedicated to my looks, of course.
I got you, bro.
But
Yeah.
I like to attract nice women. I like to attract the nice things in life. So of course, to attract the nice things in life, you gotta look nice yourself. You gotta be smooth.
Yeah.
You
gotta be smooth, man.
You gotta be smooth.
Yeah, you gotta be smooth.
So all I had to say, like I was saying earlier, I started off at 210 last year. I dropped down to my lowest was 148 last year. Right now at this moment, I'm sitting at 170, and that's just because I'm in book season right now.
Right.
But today really ended book season. If I'm being honest, today ended book season. So now I'm on low carbs.
Low carbs.
Low diet.
So what's your kind of like your like what you eat now? Like
What do I eat now?
like
Now this hard. This hard how you say that. Cause
Yeah.
I just told you I just ended book season.
Yeah.
So during book season I was eating whatever. I'm just being honest. I was eating whatever. I was wilding out. But now, right now I'm in currently a fast. So I'm fasting right now to end the book season. Now I'm fasting. I'm doing a water fast. Normally I do a dry fast, but I'm just not in the mood for it. So I'm starting off this water fast. Then after that, I'm gonna end it with some fruit.
Gotcha.
End it
And
with
I've
some
been tired doing fasting lately. Some cucumber, spinach, lemon, lime, and just blend it up. I saw this on Facebook, and it's just God just told like if you really want to just lose weight, just kind of clear your you got any diabetic situations.
So I'm gonna say this. Number one. The first thing to losing weight, you have to clean your system out.
Right.
You gotta clean your system out. So number one, if you're a smoker, if you inhale a lot of bad chemicals a day, you need to be drinking tea to clean out your system.
Right. Oh, I drink a lot of green tea.
You gotta drink tea. You
Yeah.
gotta drink tea.
Right.
I mean, that hot tea over the
Oh
stove.
yeah, hot tea over the stove.
Yeah, you gotta drink that
Yeah,
tea.
you for real.
After that, if you know anywhere with a sauna, you need to be in the sauna. You need to be letting that sauna absorb all. You need to be absorbing all the heat in that sauna. That's another way of cleaning out your body. So put in a lot of water before you go in the sauna. Number two.
Right.
Put in a lot of water before you go in. So when you get in there, all that sweat coming out, there's really a lot of water weight that you lose. But then again, it's cleaning out your bloodstream and everything else, opening up your lungs so you can breathe better. It's like right now, I'm gonna look adjusted.
Right.
Just because I was eating bad during book season, I'm gonna look adjusted. But before I leave, I'm gonna get in the sauna, just to clean out my system, just make sure I'm right, so I can be ready and rock and roll come tomorrow.
Right.
But it's all about what I'm not putting in my body. I'm not putting in, the bad stuff.
Bad stuff, right.
Like I'm mixing up my diet every day, so it's not just specifically on what I'm eating.
Right.
It's just I'm watching the calories and I'm watching what's the things that's going inside. Taking away the chips, taking away the cookies, the candy, stuff like that. My go-to. My go-to is, of course, I'm going to work out hardly. So I'm going to enjoy some candy here and there.
Every now and then, yeah. Not all the time.
So, not all the time, but I'm going to enjoy it when I have it. So, really, it's just, like I said, it's about what I'm not putting in my body.
Right.
I just basically...
It's just, man, you just don't want to go back to that dark place, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes it get hard getting out of it.
Yeah.
And like getting up to 210 and then trying to re-lose it, it was a challenge. Like the first month, just because I wasn't focused. But the moment I turned on the focusedness with it, it made the process more easier. It was like, okay, I'm good. Let's go. Let's run with it. And I ran with it from there. And from then, I was just working out. I was working out. It's like I refound the love all over again.
Yeah.
Cause the love always there. Love
Right,
never
love.
dies. Love never dies. If
Right.
anybody ever tells
Yeah,
you they
never
don't love
love
you
never
no more,
dies, man.
and they be like they never love you no more, they're lying.
They
love
lying,
you.
man.
Love never dies.
It never love. It never.
Feelings change, but love never
Oh yeah,
dies.
all of a sudden, all for real. It's for real.
So, and that's just how it was with me working out during that time. It was just my feelings for working out was like, but now I had the feeling back. I had the motivation, and motivation never left.
right.
So everything just clicked on one cylinder, and I was like, boom, let me get back to 148.
Yeah.
And I got back to 148, and people was like, oh my gosh, you look so good. How did you do it again? It's not how I did it again.
Yeah.
Just come work out.
Just gonna work out.
Just come work out.
That's all it takes. You might feel sore, but that soreness ain't gonna last long. That soreness gonna last a day.
And soreness mean that you worked out new muscles.
Right, you working out those muscles.
You did new things to your body that your body has never reacted in. And I think that's one of the things that kind of make me upset about some of my clients or clients I had in the past. They will complain about, the soreness, and I'm like, you just gotta be okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to come work out no more. No, you can't say I don't want to come work out no more. You gotta want to come back so you can be like, all right, I gotta get this feeling away. Ooh, I gotta do something that's gonna keep on making me feel this way. Like, I kind of used to think I was crazy behind the feelings I used to have after working out. Like, I used to be like,
especially in high school.
I used to be living it, and I used to be
Yeah.
living. I used to be like, why am I doing all this? And then after a while, I started seeing the results. My legs started toning up. Started getting my six pack. Everything started coming down. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'm gonna keep working. So it's just all about I wanted it. I wanted it more. Like, and that's another thing when it comes to working out. You gotta want it more.
You
gotta want it more than the person that's next to you in the gym. Even if they just in there chilling, you still gotta want it more.
Right.
It's always putting that objective in front and just running through it. That's how you break down everything in life.
Oh yeah, because eventually, once you get to a point when you be like, you comfortable with yourself, you be like, man, you know what? I've been working out for so long. I could take it 2 days off. You know what I'm saying? A day. But once you in that zone, ain't no days off. Ain't no days off, man.
So I'd rather for you to have an active rest day than don't work at it all.
Right, just go outside and just walk around the house. Just do something. Just quit jog or something. Cause that's eventually you gonna eventually be like, you know what, that was a good walk. A mile or two. There's something. You know what I'm saying? So man, I don't want to hold you up, man. So I just want everybody. I want you to tell everybody more about they don't know you, man. You up and coming fitness trainer. Here in Memphis. So what is it that you trying to bring to the table here? Like, what's some of your main goals as a personal trainer?
So look. My whole goal is not just a personal trainer, but the director of personal training.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to take people from where they at now to be on where they want to be.
Okay.
I don't want to just be like, here, give me your money. Then I just get your money.
No.
I want you to be like, here go my money, and I want to make you go to work right then and there when you give me your money.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be like, oh, you didn't know. Come, let's work. So I want to go from square 0 to square 100 to square infinity. I want to take you from being an amateur at working out to being the best version of yourself when you work out.
Right.
So it's not what I want. It's what I would love to happen. I would love for everybody to actually want it. Actually want it.
Right. You gotta be able to want it, man.
I would actually love for somebody to actually want it. I actually like working with people that attempt more than somebody that's gonna give me mouth all day. So I want to take the fitness world to a different level, and that's what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
This just one stop of many, really.
This is a stop.
This just one stop of many.
Right. So, man, this guy, man, this is unbelievable, man. This is a great time for a lot of people to hear this story. A great time for the people around the world that are struggling to get they the best version of themselves into the fitness world, who will try to come in the fitness world. This guy, man, got an unbelievable he just hit tenacity, his energy, level just want to help people, man. So today, man, it was a great honor, man. For
Man,
real.
it was an honor for you having me on here.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate
and
that.
this is always this is where the black culture starts at. Always starts at something. You might be outside talking to someone, and that conversation leads into something that's gonna bring unbelievable, just beginnings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, it was just great having you here, man. Thank you, man. Wish you well on your journey, man. Being
Appreciate
a director of a personal trainer, man. I just really want you to become better, bro, and do great things in life, man. So thanks for having me, man.
Man, thank you for having me, bro.
Hey, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, this is at D.O.G Highlights, man. Hey, this your boy Big Rich. What you gotta say, Big Dog?
Man, y'all need help. Y'all come see me. If y'all can't come see me and y'all across the world, please go add me on IG at ANTHONYL.03, and y'all can hit my DMs up. I'm always available. Let's get fit and hit y'all goals, and I'ma see y'all when I see y'all. Boom.
Hey, there you got it, bro.